watching Where Are They Now with your host, Dianne Hart. Now here's Dianne.
The whole world is a stage, and everybody's playing a part. The stage is set, the curtain goes up, the scene is the broken heart.
Good evening. Welcome to Where Are They Now? I'm your host, Dianne Hart, and tonight I have the distinct pleasure of interviewing a singer, a dancer, and an entrepreneur, Mr. James Campbell, former vocalist with the Fantastic Four. How are you this evening?
I'm good. I can't complain. I'm living.
Won't do you any good anyway. So let's jump right in. Where are you from?
Well, I was born in Colorado Springs. My father was in the service, and I was born in Colorado Springs, Fort Carson. But I was raised in Detroit. I came to Detroit when I was about maybe 1 year old, maybe 2. And I've been here ever since.
What schools did you attend in Detroit?
Oh, well, I lived in Highland Park from about 66 till about 68. And I attended Ford Junior High School. My elementary school was George Washington Carver over in the Ferndale area. But I went to a junior high school at a Ford Junior High School in Highland Park. And as a matter of fact, that's where I got my first experience on stage. That's about maybe 12. And I was with a group called the Citations. And we did, that was back then when I think it was Getting Ready, and the flip side was Truly Believe under the Gordy label. And we did the talent show and won. And I've been on the road ever since the entertainment. Majestic Ford, Design Blend, funk bands like, I did couple shows with Brainstorm, and the Black Mirage Band. You know, they were rivals with Chapter 8 back during the 70s. I've had a pretty good stay.
How old were you when you started?
I was about 7. I would listen to my mom's albums like Roy Hamilton. I liked the way he did Cheek to Cheek, so I learned that at 7. And the Platters album with Twilight Time and those songs. That's what I did to start singing. It was sing with the Family Hi-Fi.
Anybody else in your family sing?
Yeah, well, my oldest sister, she has a pretty good voice, but they never took it seriously. I'm the only one that took it real seriously.
Did you go out and do performances for individuals, or did you do it at home? Because you know how parents are.
Oh, yeah, all the time, in front of relatives. You know, that happened all the time. Even before I turned 7, that was like at about maybe, I say about 5 years old. Yeah. Came up in the house where they play music. But my mom's brother, Herman Hedding, he worked as a custodian for Yale University. And he would come here and visit, and he was very good with the piano. And so he helped a lot too.
Oh, so now let me ask you this. So you dance and you sing. So when did you start dancing? Oh,
I started dancing in college, Marygrove College. I attended Marygrove from, I think, it was around maybe 80, 81. And I got to be good friends with Carolyn Franklin. Mm-hmm. And me and her, we had to take some electives because I was a music major, a business major and a music minor. And in being a music minor, you had to take an elective. So it came up between a dance class under director Penny Gabato or an acting class. Well, I knew I could dance, but acting I wasn't too sure of. So I chose the elective of dance, and I did a semester of beginners, a semester of intermediate, and 1 semester of advanced under Penny Gabato and her sister Marianne Gabato. And I believe Penny's still the director of the dance department there. So that's how I started with the dance.
Did you know you were going to be a dancer all along? I mean, was that something you thought about as a kid?
No, I remember when I had to stay from the time I was 7 up until about maybe, I think about 10. I stayed in Pittsburgh with my grandmother. But then when I came home, I think my sister took me to a local dance party up at the center. This was in Pontiac. And I was dancing. I couldn't dance a lick. I couldn't dance a lick. And some of the kids mocked me and kind of hurt my feelings. So when I got home, she knew I was sad about it. So she taught me how to dance, just the local dances. And from there, I started dancing. And I never stopped.
Wow. Can you teach me? I need.
Oh yeah. I don't have a problem. You know, I used to love watching individuals like Fred Astaire. I love the way the man danced. He danced with such grace, you know, and that's one of the things that caught my eye. And similar to what Michael Jackson did, you know, watch different individuals. Elvis Presley, James Brown was fantastic. And I even got wind of Jackie Wilson. So a lot of the moves I copied off of them, like any kid would do, you know, but just got better at it, kept up.
So let me ask you this. Who were some of the influencers that you heard? You talked about a couple of albums, but that you heard sing that you just knew you wanted to be similar to that, if not just like that? Anybody that really influenced you?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, 3. Marvin Gaye for one. You know, I loved Marvin Gaye because he was smooth, you know, and he just had a tremendous voice. And Chuck Jackson, I like Chuck Jackson a lot, you know, because I liked his songs. And Ray Charles, I think they're the most individuals that influenced me. You know, I really enjoyed watching them, and I would collect their little videos and things of that nature. Yeah, them the 3.
Okay. We're going to take a break and we're going to listen to a song. And then when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about that song on the other side. And that song is Let Love Flow. We'll be right back.
Let love flow.
There comes a time in life when you search for someone. You search high and low without the right outcome. And one day when you are at an all-time low, you see this angel across the dance floor.
Let love flow. I think that love could grow. Let love flow. I think that love could grow.
As you approach, her beauty radiates. You ask her to dance, her smile captivates. You whisper in her ear, you move with such grace. And would you know we danced the night away? Did she say?
Let love flow.
Let it flow.
I think that love could grow.
I think our love could grow.
Love flow.
Let it flow.
I think that love could grow.
I think our love could grow. Oh, let it flow.
I think that love could grow.
my darling.
I can make all your dreams come true.
Baby, if you let love, let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. Our love is gonna grow.
Let's make this love.
Oh, let it flow, baby.
I think that love could grow.
I know it's gonna grow.
As the evening progressed, it felt so nice. Our conversation evolves and it feels just right, just right. Your compliments to her melodic as you say. Heartfelt words on this very special day. But she said, let it flow.
I think that love
Oh, our love is gonna grow.
I know it's gonna
Hey, let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. She said you don't fall in love, you gotta grow in love. Let it flow.
I think that love could grow.
Our love is gonna grow. Oh, let it flow, baby. Well, our love is gonna grow. You see, hey, well, oh, you gotta let your love flow. Oh, hey, oh, well.
Hi, this is Dianne Hart. Be sure to catch my shows as we interview politicians and special guests on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. on The Opening Statement, the Lit TV network on Roku. Also, watch Where Are They Now as I interview entertainers of yesterday and today at 7:30 p.m. Detroit Hot TV on Facebook. Thank you.
You are watching Where Are They Now with your host, Dianne Hart. Now here's Dianne.
Welcome back to Where They Now. I'm your host, Dianne Hart, and this evening my special guest is Mr. James Campbell, formerly with the Fantastic Four. What a bad jam. Let's talk a little bit about that song, Let Love Flow. What inspired that song and who wrote it?
Jerry Brooks. Jerry Brooks wrote the song, and he introduced us to it. You know, we had little input, but I mostly credit him with writing that song. And we did a video to that song out in the Belle Isle area in Detroit. But I'd have to give that credit to Jerry. You know, Jerry's an excellent guitarist as well as an excellent vocalist. You know, in the Fantastic Four, Leroy Seabrooks, he got me to interview to sing with Fantastic Four, and naturally, once you do that, you get the interview. Then you have to hold your own, which evidently I did. But Ralph Purit, one of the original members of the Fantastic Four, he chose us individuals to carry it on, and then we lost Ralph, I think, about maybe 2 years after we had started. But Ralph Purit, the original member, is the one that chose us. And that's why the Fantastic Four is still going. Now, Leroy passed right after the first COVID wave, and Ray Ward's no longer with him. He sings with the Shades of Blue. And Jerry is holding it down. So right now it's all three new members, and the one original member with Jerry Brooks. But I have to credit him with that song. Yeah.
Okay. So how long were you with the Fantastic Four?
Oh, about 11 years. Yep, I sang with them for 11 years. We did A lot of people even went over to the to UK because we did the Detroit. Pat Lewis before she passed, and a renowned DJ over in the UK. They started this Detroit a Go Go, so we would do that often, and we also had the pleasure of working with Lamont Showboat Robinson, former Globetrotter, and his beloved wife Cheryl Ruffin, David Ruffin's daughter. And we did several performances for the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame because the Fantastic Four was inducted. I think that was in 2014 or 15. And of course, all the original members had passed. So we had to receive their awards, and the awards we distributed to their families because the guys, by all means, the guys set the paid work for us to be there.
Right.
And so we found it only right and proper that we present the awards to their families, since that's what we did. So
Absolutely. That sounds fair.
yeah.
So did you all, now you all were a group, so that meant, did you all open up shows for anybody else?
We did the Detroit Black Music Awards.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was the first performance that we did when we opened up. And I couldn't say really that it was opening up for him, but Dennis Edwards and his Temptations was there, and we did our show, and it inspired them because they asked him to do a performance, but he wasn't going to do it at first. So when he saw us, I guess it inspired him, and his Temptations got up and they sang. So that's what I would say would be an opening up, but not really opening up for nobody. Just did our performance.
Right. Let me ask you this. What was one of the most memorable performances that you can recall?
Well, the most memorable performance that we did that I recall was the one in the United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. That's because that was literally my first time traveling out in the country with the Four. And the renowned DJ that was with Pat Lewis, Phil Dick, he would come over here and do one. Then the next year he would go to the UK. And that was the most memorable one because I got a chance to meet Ronnie McNair, who at the time was singing with the Four Tops. We became friends. I got opportunities to see all the different things that, over there in Europe. They love what they call Western soul music. And so over there, now over here, I might be mediocre, but over there, the Fantastic Four, Karen Crawford, Martha Reeves, everybody's big over there because the way that they love music. But what made me feel it was the best performance, because I got a chance to talk with some of the people that were selling their little paraphernalia around there. And I was talking to the one guy. He said, "You really don't know, do you?" And I asked him, I said, "Know what?" And he said, "You guys really don't know how big you are over here." He said, big here in the UK, France, Germany. He mentioned all these countries where what they call Western soul music is real popular and beloved. So that probably was my best. Yeah, I think that was the best one where I went because it was so much involved, and I never knew just how famous the Fantastic Four was, And to me, it was an honor to be able to do that. So I think I have to categorize that as the best one. Now, we had some good spots with the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. Some very good spots, But I would consider that to be the best.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Do you have any music that you're going to be putting out?
Well, I'm working on a song right now. I really don't want, see, I'm not I know my keyboard pretty good, and I can do my vocals to keep my vocals straight. But as far as me saying I'm a pianist, no, so I have to tinkle with it. See, once I have to tinkle with it, but I'm working on a little something right now. I'll see how it goes.
Do you have any idea when you might release it?
Oh, it's really in the rough stage of everything. I still have to do things.
It's in its infancy, huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. You played an instrument.
Well, I don't really play it. Okay. When I was doing the music minor at Marygrove, I had a keyboard instructor, and she taught me my fingering. I know my fingering, and I can go through my scales up and down with my fingering. But as far as me playing and chording and making it sound like Liberace or Elton John, oh no, I'm not that great. Keep my ear tuned and things of that nature, and keep my vocals somewhat. But I don't consider myself a keyboardist. I don't do that. Basically. I'm just a vocalist and a jazz dancer, If I get with a group, I can teach them routine and choreography and things of that nature. But no, I'm not a musician in that sense of the word.
So are you considering getting with another group?
Well, I was working with a group called the Euphonic Gents, okay? Mm-hmm. But I had to leave, and I won't go into details as to why, but I thought it would be best that I left because some things I have to do on my own, and it requires me to focus, and it's difficult when you're singing with other members. You got different types of attitudes, and and people, egos, and I have to say it like this, I guess being with the Fantastic Four spoiled me because I have a certain tolerance, but in some things in the music industry, some things aren't tolerable. And you just have to make up your mind whether or not you're going to deal with it and try to straighten it out or not. And I'm a little older now, and I guess they spoiled, Fantastic Four, I guess they spoiled me on the professionalism thing. So, I like to present myself professional. And if you have individuals that really don't understand what it's about, and let's say they don't understand the do's and the don'ts of it, then you have to weigh that out. And I did that, and I did the best I could with them. But, it only goes so far. You just can't do anything if you're in a professional group, because what you do reflects on other individuals, and I put that on myself. Whatever I do would reflect on other individuals. So you don't do that. Not if you're talking about climbing the ladder of success, because in the music industry, you got people, they expect you to carry yourself a certain way. They expect you even to dress a certain way. So under those circumstances, if I can't get the proper way of doing that, I'd be wasting my time, and I don't like to let people down, but at some point you have to just make up your mind, just have to say, well, either I'm going to do this or I'm going to leave. So I had to make up my mind, and I just left. Right now I'm just interested in just singing by myself. Yeah.
Okay. So you say I'm going solo.
Yeah, I do it by myself.
Nothing wrong with that. Let me ask you this. So where can your fans find you on what social media platforms they want to hear your music?
Well, I did Facebook for a while, but then I had to cut back on Facebook because you got a lot of people there running different types of scams of that nature. For an example, I'm a fan of Mary J. Blige. I like Mary J. Blige's music. Plus, Mary J. Blige touched my heart because there's times where she suffered, emotional distress, heartaches, and things of that nature. And I've been there. So I guess I'm kind of partial or soft when it comes to people like that. But I really like her music. But now on Facebook, there's 5 or 6 different Mary J. Blige. And when they come on, they ask you to buy their cards and this and that. Well, wait a minute. How many of them is it? So, you know what I mean? So you begin to feel like things are scams. and you have a tendency to back away. That's what I did. But no, there's not too, I don't have, the only thing that I could say that, that music that might be on the air circulating is the music that, I did with the Fantastic Four. Okay. Mostly I think it's on YouTube,
Okay.
but, basically, no, I'm just in the frame of mind where I'm older now and I don't need the hassle of having to worry about other individuals. People are grown when you grown, you should know better, That's why Berry Gordy, I commend him for how he did when he brought Maxine Powell into, the Motown, phase of things, and taught the girls etiquettes, taught the guys etiquettes that would allow them to be able to go and sing in front of prime ministers and queens and kings and things of that nature. And that's the one thing that made me pay close attention to the conduct. Even my own conduct, I have to pay attention to when you're dealing with individuals, because what you do, might reflect or cause them to miss out on a good opportunity. And you don't want to do that.
Absolutely, you do not. Well, we're going to take another break with the Fantastic Four, and we will be back.
I remember not long ago, I was down on my luck. I didn't have anything to show, not even a buck. But this sweet little girl of mine, she walked into my life. A girl so sweet and kind, what a delight. She's got it. She's got it. My baby, she's got it. My baby, she's got it. I got it. I got it. You know we got it. A true and honest love. Solid relationship. Built from above. Solid relationship. Love. Now my baby, she's so good. She's got a heart of pure gold and loves me just like she
watching Where Are They Now with your host, Dianne Hart. Now here's Dianne.
Welcome back to Where They Now. I'm your host, Dianne Hart, and my guest this evening is Mr. James Campbell, former vocalist with the Fantastic Four. Where'd that song come from?
I have to give the credit of that song to my good friend, Ray Ward. The Raymond Ward, he sings with the Shades of Blue now. But when I first heard this song, and I liked the song, and so I told Ray we need to do that one because I have to give that credit to Raymond Ward. Yeah. Good brother, beautiful brother, him and his wife. They're really good friends of mine, and I love them. My wife loved them. Matter of fact, they were Ray was really, I could say, also the backbone of the Fantastic Four, because a lot of the opportunities that we came across, Ray had created them some way, a lot of performances, did a lot of performances. But this song, I have to credit to Raymond Ward. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, nothing like giving flowers, right?
Right.
So Ray he wrote a lot of music for you all, for the Fantastic Four?
Well, Ray wrote one, Jerry wrote one, and then they combined their skills together and they made another one. Let's see, what was Let Love Flow, Pretty Girls, and Let Love Flow. That was the other one.
Right.
Basically it was just them 3 songs that we did in the 11 years that I was with them. Now I do understand that Jerry and the group he's with now have produced a new single, and I heard it, and I'll be honest with you, I like it, and I think it'll go somewhere if they're gonna, do the right promotional work on it. Mm-hmm. It's really a good song, and they have and this new lead vocalist they got, I have to give it to him. He can sing. He's good, very good.
Well, that's great. That's great. Well, listen, I'd like you to give a little advice to up-and-coming individuals in the music business. You talked about dress and attitude and all of that. Drop a nugget for those who really don't understand what this business is really like.
I have 3 things that I really think anybody that's pursuing a entertainment career. The first thing is you don't give up. Okay, that's something that you have to determine in your mind when you start, is not to give up, to keep going no matter what. Entertainment business is a business to where when you go into it, you're going to you're going to knock on a lot of doors, and a lot of doors are going to close in your face. And the Fantastic Four brothers used to say this all the time, and I understood it. If you can't take constructive criticism or rejection, it's the wrong business. Okay, that one. Another one is you have to work on your craft. People don't understand. See, your vocals is just like any other instrument. The only thing that's different is a personal instrument. You have to carry it with you all the time. You have to watch. If you're smoking, you got to watch how much you smoke. If you drink, you got to watch your drinking. You got to make sure your ears tuned and things. That's why it's best to me. I would tell them always have a friend that can play an instrument. If you don't play a guitar, or my favorite is the keyboard because it's profound. Okay, that and always. It is so important. I don't know why it's not understood by a lot of people. Your dress and your appearance. See, if you're going to be a star, you're reaching to be a superstar, then you have to catch people's attention. And now, I know this from stage presence. If you get on stage and you're absolutely sharp, in the Marine Corps, we used to call it being squared away. If you're sharp, then once you hit the stage, the folks are going to notice you. Now you got your audience. See, now once you got your audience, if you've taken care of your instrument and that's together, you can keep them. You see what I'm saying? So I would say you have to stay in it, you know. You have to take care of yourself because even with singing, you know, you have to do a certain amount of physical fitness, you know, because otherwise you won't have the strength to hit some notes that might be a smidgen out of your range. And your appearance. Those three things, you know, are so important. And if you do those, you're well on your way to having a chance and being noticed. You see what I'm saying? So basically, just your dress, work on your craft, and your ability to persevere and stay in it. That would be the best information I think I could give anybody.
Let me ask you this from a business standpoint, what does that look like in this industry?
Oh, now that's troublesome. Before the pandemic, the first wave of the pandemic hit, things were running somewhat smoothly. Robinson, he was getting the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame off the ground. Misty Love had the Detroit Black Music Awards, and there were a few other things going on. But see, that hurt the business because even then they were having meetings, talking about some of the ways some of the guys were getting paid. I think even Sly Stone, who just passed, he even had a lawsuit in from folks taking his financial gain, you know, and I believe he had to fight for a long time just to get $5 many million that was added, you know, that he had earned. You know, individuals like the young female group TLC, you know, mostly, and promoters, the way a lot of promoters do them. I think as far as financially, I think it really, really, if I could say this, it sucks, you know, because you got most of the original members of the different rhythm and blues vocal groups are dying off. You know, all the original members of the Four Tops are gone. You got one Otis of the Thames. And see, and once that happens, say for example, if Otis was to pass, and say the guys that have been singing with him, they continue on. See, what they start to do is they'll consider them as a tribute group rather than the actual Temptations. Now, I think that's really kind of whack to do that, you know. And the reason I know specific names belong to specific groups, but when you're talking that they're Hall of Famers and things of that nature, then it's just my personal opinion. Then the name, as long as they have access to the name, it should continue on. But see, people, they get promoters and record labels, you know, they get so to the point to where the only thing that matters to them is the money, you know. And that's why, you know, they'll set up this and set up so many of this just for the money and not realize that the individual is doing it. They, you know, they're human. They only can go so far, you know. So they start getting fatigue and to keep going, start taking this and taking that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
right.
it winds up causing them more problems, you know. I don't think they pay them. I don't think they pay them right. You know, the entertainment industry is a big industry. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and our industry wouldn't be crap if you didn't have the different artists building it up. So treat them as such. You know, that's why I looked at things like when I saw the picture of Ray with Jamie Foxx, you know, and I saw the one part where he when he was playing his character, Ray Charles asked for his masters, and Stevie Wonder turned around and did the same thing, asked for their masters. Well, see, just to me, I feel like if an individual creates something and he's doing it under, let's say, a contract with somebody, why make the contract just, how can I say it? Why make the contract beneficial for you and yours only? Why not make the contract beneficial to the artists too? A lot of these artists are dying off broke. And why? I mean, they've created so much good music, I'm talking about many individuals. The Moments, they had to change their name to Ray Goodman and Brown because if this contract says this and that contract says that. Well, I think maybe Congress and everybody should start giving the artists the benefits of the doubt, because singing on stage, that's not exactly the easiest thing in the world. People look at it, glitz and glamour and things of that nature, but that's a job. I've done shows to where, like, when I got off and it was over with, I felt like I worked the 8 hour at Ford Motor Company. You know what I mean? So it's just my personal opinion, but I think they should the entertainment industry should buckle down and give these guys and gals their worth, because without them, it would be a dull world. Let's face it, music is universal. You even go overseas and listen to some of their music, even if it's in Japan where they where they sing and that squeak thing. Some of it is good, you know what I mean? So music universal. Everybody have it. Why not treat the artists accordingly? Treat them with some respect and give them what they do. And quit trying to cheat them, Get them all up there and then give them a car and then years later tell them they owe you for it. Come on. To me, it's hectic. That's why I'm not really in it for the money. I just love doing it, Rich or poor, I love doing it, because there's been times where I was in the pitfalls of despair and didn't have a dime and could sing a song and lift me right out of the pitfalls of despair. So I just think they should do the artists better than what they're doing. They're not always the tribute group. Like Otis Temptations, them guys can sing, and they sing just as good as the originals. Some of their songs, Stay, Enchanted Evening, those songs are beautiful songs, and they sing them well. So to me, if they start treating them just as a tribute group, well, all I can say is I think they're cheating themselves.
Right. Wow. What a word. You definitely laid it down so people can better understand what the industry is really like. Some people don't quite get it. And almost every entertainer I speak to says something about the fact that it's not what it used to be. And even then, they cheated people. But the streams that they do now with these new up-and-coming artists, we take millions of streams to make $1. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Something really does need to happen. Tell me, what do you think it is that has kept you in this?
I love doing it. That's what kept me into it. I've loved to sing since I was a child. When I was in high school, if you saw me, I was waiting on the bus, getting ready to go home or headed to high school, I'd be singing, And some of the guys in Cooley High School, because when I went to Cooley High School, there was so many groups, everybody was just a big family, and they had basically 3 musicians that would play. Ricky Lawson was on drums, and Ricky Ricardo played. Ricky Lawson did some of the 80s with Michael Jackson, and Ricky Ricardo did some of the 80s with Hamilton Bohannon, and Eddie Watkins, from what I understood, was somehow involved with the Undisputed Truth. But these guys and the different groups, we did it for fun. We'd walk down the street singing. See, so I think I did it just for the love of doing it. I just love to sing. I guess I got it from my mom and her family. It was just that way with me. It's that way with me now. I just love to sing.
Hey, that's a good thing. Let's talk a little bit about your entrepreneurship. What type of business do you have?
Well, when I turned 17
Mm-hmm.
and got out of high school, I had the pleasure of being friends with the in-laws of Satchel Paige, the baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
And Frank Harvey, Satchel Paige's nephew, was one of the guys I sang with in Desired Glen, Majestic 4. And we were in a situation where we needed jobs. Well, his stepfather, Frank, and his older brother, and them both are now deceased, they worked at a place called Jankowski's Drywall Company. And I was only 17, but I really needed a job because I was out of high school and I wanted some money. You know, kids. But I didn't want to do nothing like deal drugs. That wasn't my forte. So Frank got me a job there. You know, told him I was 18 and got me a job. Started off as a sander. Then I escalated to a drywaller, then a mudder, and then a painter. So that's what I do. You know, I'll drywall, I'll mud, I'll paint. I can do some extra. I can lay ceramic tile and things of that nature. Roofing, if it comes down to it. But basically, I do the paint thing, the drywall hanging, the mudding, the sanding, and the priming and the paint. That's what I do. That's my extra cash.
I know that's right. And we all have to at some point have the house painted, some drywall repaired because somebody must have a hole somewhere. So yeah.
That's what I do. It's been pretty good. You know, I make my bill payments. It's been pretty good. I don't do it like I used to when I was younger.
Right.
Now I'm 71, and naturally at some point you got to slow down because this physical body ain't gonna take it always. You know, so I'll do one every now and then. You know, other than that, you know, I just sit back and relax and try to. Basically, I just really take care of my girl. You know, take care of her. You know, make sure she. You know, I'm the cook and the house cleaner. And she not retired yet. So I have to do that, you know. At the same time, I love to sing. That's what I do. My friend Misty Love, I can go around her. If I want to sing and work, I'll go around her. She going to make me sing.
Well, you know, Misty is my cousin.
Yeah. That's my girl.
I love to come to Detroit for the Detroit Black Music Awards every single year.
Yeah, I like it too. I make sure I set aside enough where I could be sharp and I can go in and have a little money and do what I need to do. But I like to go there too. I remember when I first laid eyes on her, I think I was 14 and she was working in a store that was owned by her husband and his brother, Eddie, and you know, probably knew Eddie and Chuck Davis, and they had a store right there on Myers where I stayed right there on Appeline. And so I walked in there, me and the fellas walked in there one day, and we was looking for Chuck because he's going to try to get us a little beer. We underage. And he's going to try to get us a little beer. And she was in there, and my heart just fell. She's the most prettiest thing I ever seen in life. And I never knew I wound up being friends with her. And that is my sister. I love her to death. Yeah. Her and Lisa, I love them. I even loved Rudy, you know. I used to love sitting to watch, listen, talk about somebody playing vocal. That boy was very good. I do not understand. I asked him one day, I don't understand why you don't get out there and do. Oh man, I just do that for fun, man. I like the boxing game.
You know, he made a couple of songs. I mean, he recorded some music. I don't know why he did not pursue it, but he definitely. Yeah,
because he was very good. I mean, I used to just love sitting down, just listening to him, you know, because to me, he sounded a lot like Donny Hathaway. And Donny Hathaway had passed and everything. And I said, whoa, boy, if this boy was to go, he'd make it. Yeah.
Yes, he absolutely would. He absolutely would. Well, I'm looking forward to following where you're going with your music. Are you considering singing maybe some Southern soul at some point?
Well, you know, I just came back from Mississippi about 3, maybe 4 weeks ago. And I actually went down there to attend a funeral because my sister's husband, they were divorced, but he died. And I went down there, and they had me on that obituary program to sing and didn't tell me. So they caught me with my pants down, so to speak. But I went on and I did what I had to do for them, you know. And I couldn't think of nothing to do because I didn't have no gospel song. So I just did the Cooley High School song. How do I say goodbye? I did that. So.
Okay.
And it went off okay. That was good. It didn't offend nobody.
That's good. That's
my
good.
nieces, yeah. So.
Hey, that was excellent because that's a good song. Yeah. That's a good song. Well, I want to thank you for allowing me this opportunity to interview you this evening. I look forward to following your career. I need you to be singing some Southern Soul. I know you got some there somewhere.
Oh, you know,
Come on.
I'm studying this one guy, King George. I really like his King George. I really like King George music. he got down Southern Soul. So I'm partial to that. I'm listening to some of it, and I'll probably do some of it. Right now, I stay in Ypsilanti, so about every 2 weeks, I go down there to a Misty Love spot, and I'll sit in and some other spots. But my thing is, I could use some musicians, you know, maybe a keyboard player, guitar player, bass, and some drums, you know. I'm working on it, and if I come across them, then I'll do something a little more permanent.
No, that's right. Well, T. Pablo will be waiting for you. We'd love to be playing your music on Detroit Hot Radio. Absolutely.
Yep. Now, if I get a chance, I come down there, I'll look you guys up.
That'd be great. Well, I hear that little music in my ear. That means I got to wrap it up. But I thank you so much for this opportunity. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you. I was honored, you know. I appreciate it. I'm honored, you know. And I appreciate it. I thank you so much.
You can watch Where They Now every Thursday night on Detroit Hot Television on their Facebook page. I'm on Lit TV Network every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. And I'm on a show called The Opening Statement. You can also go out to my YouTube page, Dianne Hart 2126. Like and subscribe to my shows. So I want to thank you again, and it has been my pure pleasure. I look forward to seeing you soon.
Give my best to Pablo.
They'll do. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Detroit Hot Television on the cutting edge of urban internet TV.
It's a new day for Detroit radio. It's internet radio. Make sure you're streaming in your car. Detroit's digital radio station for a new generation. DetroitHotRadio.com. Terrestrial radio can't do what we do because we are setting a new standard in Detroit. The best Detroit artists are here, along with all your national favorites. The most music 24/7 by all your local favorites, like Anita Baker, Michael Henderson, Kim,
So how did you find your way back in
and the Dramatics. If they're from Detroit, they're heard here. This is where Detroit turns for R&B from yesterday and today.
24-karat magic in the air.
Detroit Hot Radio.
Yeah. What you wanna do with it? If I give it to you, what you gonna do? I'm that kind of lady, you're that kind of man. Touching me on the floor, caress me with your hands. Ain't nobody to it's time to go back to your crib, babe. Hurry up and slam that door. The clock is ticking like 1, 2, and 3. Can't you feel this heat, babe? Jumping right off of me. You said you ain't never felt no one like this. As you grab my hand, we hug and kiss. I'm yours today, and I'm sexy brown. When you come for me, boy, you know how it goes down. You can do what you gotta do. So while you're tripping, I can see you tripping, baby. You can do what you gotta do. So while you're tripping, I can see you yelling, baby. You can hug me from the front, you can hug me from the back. Make me grab my head, babe, I'm gonna have a heart attack. You can squeeze me from the right, you can squeeze me from the left. Make me grab my legs, babe, I'm running out of breath. You can hold me from the front, you can hold me from the back. Make me grab my legs, babe, I want it just like that. You can kiss me on the right, you can kiss me on the left. Make me grab my legs, babe,